Welcome to this review of the Hubsan h502s GPS quadcopter. It has a built-in camera, built-in SD card, brush motors, and flies quite stably to capture and transmit an image of 5.8 GHz to the controller, which has a built-in monitor to show you, and also goggles, if you have them, to be able to look at what it can see in real time for FPV flying. It's quite a stable little drone, flies very well for a brush motor quad. It is a bit bobby up and down at first when it takes off, and it does wobble in the air as there's no gimbal to protect the camera from any movement, as it compensates for the air moving around it, holding its GPS position. However, the controller itself is quite excellent in what it does, and for a good 100 to almost 200 meters, it depends upon the conditions you're in, you're able to get a good signal and see what the drone sees in real time. The SD card feature on board the drone helps capture a clearer picture of viewing. There is an SD card slot in the controller, but doesn't record anything. Have a look at the flight and some footage. I'll speak a bit more in a moment. This is the SD card recording part of the video. Later on you'll see a comparison between the SD card and an ROT-G01 recorder, not the actual goggles, or, as I say, I can't get footage recorded off them. The drone is no slouch either, although it does wobble about in the air while it flies. The FPV camera does cut out quite occasionally, but the SD card recording shows truly what's going on. Here's just a bit more SD card footage, flying around a different field. No FPV this time, I'll do some more in a moment. The camera is quite remarkable, although the lack of a gimbal unfortunately leads it to not be able to stabilise the image as I would probably like. I have in the past owned a 501s for a short time, and this really does feel like a scaled down version of it. The motors sadly aren't as powerful, and the range not as long. I think with regards to this particular drone, I may trade it in for another 501s with a bit of money to spare. Anyway, back on some more FPV footage now. This one measured by Google Maps at 178 meters. Enjoy the footage. So in summary, does this drone work? Yes, it's a stable GPS camera drone, and when I say stable I mean it can try and hold its position against the wind, but its limiting factor is the brushed motors. It can fly quite quickly, it doesn't do wind very well, and in higher altitudes it spends more time wobbling to and fro to fight the breeze and keep its GPS position than actually flying in a straight line, which is quite sad. Another limiting factor is the Wi-Fi signal. When the drone is facing you, it breaks up quite a bit, as I believe the aerial is towards the back of the drone. It has a range of between 100 and 178 metres that I've tried. It's quite good for its size.